The mirror is a liar. Let's get one thing straight. When you stare into a mirror, you're not seeing yourself the way the world sees you. You're stuck in your head, fixating on what you perceive as imperfections. That one pimple, the asymmetry of your eyebrows, the curve of your jaw, things that feel monumental to you but are barely noticeable, if at all, to others. The mirror reflects a still, lifeless image, and on top of that, your mind filters it through every insecurity you've ever had. But here's the truth. What you see isn't what others experience. They don't just see your face. They see the way your presence shifts a room, the warmth in your smile, the spark in your eyes when you're talking about something you're passionate about. A mirror can't capture your energy or your essence. It's a flat, emotionless imitation of what's real. The real you is dynamic, alive, and radiating a charisma you're too caught up in self-criticism to notice. It's time to stop letting a static reflection define your worth. The power of perception. Here's a fact that most people overlook. Attractiveness isn't just about physical traits. It's about perception. It's about the way you make others feel when they're around you. Think about it. How often do you find someone attractive not because of their looks, but because of their vibe, their confidence, or their unique personality? That's the real power of attraction. It's multidimensional. When you're stuck inside your head, it's easy to think that people are dissecting your appearance with the same intensity that you do. But they're not. They don't see the one hair out of place or the slight unevenness in your smile. They see the whole picture. Your energy, your body language, the way you engage with the world. Those intangibles carry more weight than you realize. If you think you're average or okay looking, you're probably wrong. You're using outdated mental models to assess yourself, standards that don't even apply to how people experience you. That 30% isn't just a random number. It's the extra magnetism, charm, and personality that people pick up on, but you fail to notice. Confidence is magnetic. Let's face it, confidence is the ultimate cheat code when it comes to attraction. It doesn't matter how you look if you walk into a room like you belong there, like you own it. People are drawn to confidence because it's rare. Most people are drowning in their insecurities, too afraid to take up space or let themselves shine. But when you step up and act like you're comfortable in your own skin, it's electric. Confidence isn't about arrogance or pretending to be something you're not. It's about owning who you are, flaws and all, and projecting that energy outward. When you do that, people stop noticing the things you think are wrong with you. Instead, they start noticing the way you hold your head high, the power in your voice, and the way you make them feel at ease just by being yourself. You don't need to wait for external validation to feel confident. Start acting like the version of you who already believes they're worth noticing. Confidence is a skill, not a gift. Build it, and you'll see how it transforms the way people perceive you. Others see you differently. Here's the raw truth. You're way too focused on yourself. While you're busy obsessing over the tiniest flaws, the people around you aren't even noticing them. Why? Because they're caught up in their own insecurities, their own worries, and their own lives. What they remember about you isn't the curve of your nose or the shape of your ears. It's the way you make them feel. Think back to the people you find attractive. Chances are, it's not just their physical appearance that draws you in. It's their warmth, their humor, their charisma. It's how they carry themselves and how they interact with the world. That's how people see you too. They're not evaluating you under a microscope. They're experiencing you as a whole person. Your quirks, your laughter, even the little things you think are flaws. They make you human, relatable, and real. Stop trying to live up to some impossible standard of perfection. Real attraction is about connection, not symmetry. Embrace the things that make you unique, because those are the very things that make you unforgettable. The halo effect. Here's some science to back this up. The halo effect is a psychological phenomenon where when someone finds one thing about you attractive, they start seeing everything else about you in a more positive light. Maybe it's your smile, the way your eyes crinkle when you laugh, or the way you speak with passion. Once someone is drawn to one of your qualities, their perception of you shifts entirely. That's why it's pointless to obsess over the small things you think are wrong with you. When someone is into you, those so-called flaws don't matter. In fact, they might even become endearing. The crooked tooth you hate, they might think it's adorable. The way your hair doesn't always sit perfectly, it adds character. The key is to stop focusing on what you don't like about yourself and start highlighting what you do. The more you own your standout qualities, the more others will notice them. And once they do, their entire view of you changes for the better. You're hardwired to underestimate yourself. Your brain is a survival machine. It's wired to focus on flaws, to scan for danger, and to prepare for rejection. It's a defense mechanism that might have helped you avoid saber-toothed tigers in the past. But today, it's holding you back. Your mind magnifies every insecurity because it thinks it's protecting you. But the reality is, most of the things you're insecure about don't even register on other people's radars. This is why you're so quick to downplay your attractiveness. Your brain is constantly tricking you into thinking you're not good enough. But here's the kicker. You don't have to listen to it. You can override those negative thoughts by focusing on what really matters. Your strengths, your personality, and the way you make people feel. When you stop letting your insecurities run the show, you'll start to see yourself for what you really are. Someone who's far more magnetic and appealing than you've been giving yourself credit for. Actionable steps to own it. So, how do you close the gap between how you see yourself and how others experience you? It starts with action. Here are some steps to help you start seeing and owning that 30% more attractiveness you've been blind to. Focus on your strengths. Make a list of 5 things you genuinely like about yourself. They could be physical features, personality traits, or even the way you laugh. Keep that list somewhere you can see it and remind yourself daily. Change your body language. Stand tall, make eye contact, and smile more. Confident body language isn't just something people notice. It's something you feel. It changes your internal chemistry and makes you believe in yourself. Reframe your insecurities. For every negative thought you have about yourself, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this something that really matters? Or is it just my brain being critical? Chances are, it's the latter. Step into your power. Act as if you're already 30% more attractive than you think you are. Walk, talk, and behave with that belief in mind. You'll be shocked at how the world starts responding to you differently. You're a lot more than you think. Here's the bottom line. You've been selling yourself short. The way you see yourself is not the way the world sees you. You're walking around with more charisma, more charm, and more magnetism than you realize. The 30% you don't see, that's your energy, your presence, and the intangible spark that makes you who you are. Own it. Embrace it. Because the moment you do, the world will begin to see it too.